When we are composing, we think of notes, but the other most important thing is rhythm. And in fact, if you go into a shop, in the olden days, we used to go into a record shop and you used to go up to the person in the record shop and you say, I heard this piece of music on the radio and I don't know what it is. And it goes ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. And they're easily going to tell you, well, that's Beethoven 5. So rhythm is absolutely vital. I think one of the reasons why maths and music are so interlinked, and the reason why people often combine these two things, is because the two languages are entirely logical. But from that logic, you can be beautifully creative and create a wonderful array of patterns. Now, we know that notes have values, and we can associate the lengths of those values according to what we choose. And we have what we call bar lines to organize the vertical cohesion of our performers along the horizontal lines. And they've been determined in the past through a whole series of things, but often through dance. And we know that we can write 4/4, and 4 indicates on the top the number of how many, and 4 at the bottom indicates what they are, quarter notes. So we've got 4 quarter notes, and that locks us into that. But in actual fact, we don't want to be locked into bar lines, because once you get locked into that, you've got a bit of a problem, and you want to get out of it. And there is a problem with modern software in that the first thing it asks you to do, after you have actually decided what instrument you're going to do, it says, what key do you want? And what time signature do you want? That's before you've even thought what notes and rhythms you want. So the first thing you need to do is you need to think about what rhythms and what notes you want. And you can then order your time signature or your time signatures accordingly. So as long as you make sure that the vertical alignment is put together sensibly and coherently within the whole, you might be moving from time signatures. You might be moving from 4/4 to 3/4 to 2/4. And then you might even then take something else. You might take the quaver or the 8th note from that and move from 3/4 to 5/8. You're entitled to do this. This is absolutely right and proper. You're not breaking any laws. These laws don't exist. So you can do that. But of course, the other thing that you have to remember is that every time you do that, you have to get it right and you have to be coherent. Then the question is, do you need to write in a time signature? Well, you don't have to write a time signature. In fact, you could actually ask one singer to sing a piece in crotchet equals 60, another in crotchet equals 90, another at crotchet equals 72, and just sing independently. And you could get a very beautiful patchwork of sounds. The thing you need to remember is that they might never align in the way that you designed first, because you'd have to have a series of horizontal layers that you expect to be fluid. So that can be a very effective way. But if you are organizing a group of people together and you want them to function well and clearly together, and your director not to have a mental breakdown trying to explain where they are, you do need to put full stops in the sentences. And those sorts of full stops or commas are going to be visual aids, and those visual aids are going to be bar lines. And those lengths of bars are going to be determined by your time signatures. And that, frankly, is all there is to it.